Good evening, and welcome to Weird-O-Rama. I am your host, Victor von Psychotron, and all of us at Weird-O-Rama will always strive to bring you the creepy. The strange.
We got enough money to go to the circus, but not enough for the sideshow.
Save your money. Plenty of freaks around here.
And of course the weird.
Look, Daddy, the stories they tell about the doctor are just as dirty as the grease on your hands and face.
Tonight we have a Boris Karloff film for you, The Ape. It has nothing to do with King Kong. Just for the record, it's a film about an ape escapes from a circus. And Boris Karloff playing, you guessed it, a scientist. He's not trying to build an ape out of dead apes. It's just a story about an ape, well, sort of, and a woman who's paralyzed, and a circus, and some murders, and other, delightful things like that for this time of year. So, lock all your doors and windows. Turn off all of your lights. Sit back, have a cup of tea, or hot cider, perhaps, if you prefer, and enjoy our latest film, The Ape. But first, a cartoon and a short film from Encyclopedia Britannica.
Circus Day. Circus people, just another day. But it's different for all of you. You just had to be at the station before sunup to see it in your favorite show back to town. Hi, everybody. Well, here's where circus folks get to work. Horses out of their cars, wagons to unload and get out to the circus ground. We're used to this. Do it every day in a different town. Here goes a load of tent poles. Got to be careful getting them down. We can always use more help, and here's Big Blanche, our largest elephant and leader of our herd. These elephants will do tricks later on, but right now, they are off for the showgrounds a mile or so away to help put up the big tent. The biggest pole wagon is just coming onto the circus ground. The elephants are right in time to be put to work. Our circus men are on the job too, along with a lot of folks from your own town. Here's Big Blanche raising the center poles for the biggest tent of all, the Big Top. It will tower 55 feet in the air. Here's one way we drive down stakes for tent ropes. And this machine's another way. We need hundreds of stakes to help hold the tents in place and keep them steady when the wind blows. Now, canvas for the big tent. And watch this. Blanche is the smartest elephant in the herd. She's the hardest worker in the whole show, too. Can't say that for this fellow. These big pieces of canvas will be laced together to make one big tent, almost as long as a city block. Piece by piece, the big tent is put together. Meanwhile, our strong elephants are waiting to be called to their next job. Up go side poles around the edges. And here's where the town boys can really help. Up goes the tent roof to the top. And here's where Blanche can really help. She saves us a lot of time each morning. The rest of the elephant herd is working too. And now the big top is up. Canvas tightly stretched, flags waving. Up goes the main entrance. We'll soon be going through it to the big show. Matinee time. Hear the steam calliope playing? Here is where the midway begins. The street of little tents with candy stands and sideshows, each with its own barker.
Step up, folks. Buy your tickets. There's plenty of time to see the sideshow before the matinee goes on. All the sideshows on just one ticket. Yes, folks, it's Professor Brown and his Dixie Jubilee Show. And here's the man who likes swords for breakfast, without an ounce of cream or sugar.
While you are seeing the sideshows and buying your tickets for the matinee, we are very busy backstage. Take our head clown, for instance. His face won't look that way after he's put on his clown paint. Now, a circus clown likes to have a full half hour for putting on his face. It may include a big rubber nose, but he can do it all in 10 minutes if he's in a big hurry. And we are in a hurry, fellas, because the big top is filling up with people. So in they go, big clowns and little clowns. They're all different, and they're all funny. And they're happiest when they hear you laugh. The show is on. These are the only basketball-playing dogs in the world. Their trainer is their referee. Here are the Iron Jaw roller skaters. He holds her with his teeth alone. And here's another kind of iron jaw stunt that takes place in the big top high over our heads. We're proud to have acrobats like these in our circuit. And now, watch him do a double somersault into that chair. Here come the clowns again. Say, they've changed their costumes. Lots of clowns to keep us laughing, while the 3 rings are being filled with beautiful, prancing horses. They march and drill in 2s and 3s, just like soldiers for their training. In the circus, we call horses like these liberty horses because they run free and perform without a rider. Here is what we call an aerial ballet. We make these girls practice a lot before we let them go up so high. Down below, our trained ponies are having a race around the hippodrome track. And here comes a daring rider driving 16 horses while she stands on the last 2. Lots of action here. for this is one of the world's most famous bareback acts. Yes, this is a clown, all right. But he knows his way around horses. Just you wait and see. The clown in a bareback act must first learn to be an extra good rider and acrobat. After that, he can start clowning around like this. Here's a complete somersault. And here's a human pyramid on horseback. You can't do this with just any horse. These horses are very carefully trained to canter around the ring at just the right speed. That's important if you're turning a somersault or running to jump up on the horse. The tight wire act. He's doing a Spanish dance right on the wire. A difficult forward somersault. Well, here they are again. Same elephants you saw helping us put up the tents this morning. But now, they're all slicked up to do their tricks. Watch them keeping time to the music. Now look at this. These elephants are playing London Bridge. It's a tight squeeze, but she can make it. We circus folks think elephants like to do tricks, and we know they are smart, too. Say, this elephant weighs almost as much as a fire engine. Here come the clowns around once more, while our men put up a big net. Well, we're coming to the most thrilling of the circus acts, and it's dangerous, too. This girl and her brother are loaded just like human bullets into the barrel of the cannon. Watch for them. Look out. Here they come. Now our big show is over. And late tonight, we will load up, hurry away, keep a date in another town tomorrow morning.
tires I got him riding on.
We got enough money to go to the circus, but not enough for the sideshow.
Save your money. Plenty of freaks around here.
Hey, you think they got all the things they say they have?
Sure, the man told us.
Bet they ain't got no lions.
They have to. The man let us see
He
him.
did? Bet they ain't got no teeth.
Sure they have, long as anything.
Bet you and me go see him.
You can go ahead. We're going swimming.
Say, we're going past Doc Adrian's house, ain't we?
Sure.
We going right by the front of the house?
Sure. What's the matter? You scared?
I ain't scared of no crazy doctor.
Well, if you're coming, come on.
Wait, you see, it's this way. If I don't get home for dinner, what? Mom won't let me go to the circus.
All right, so you're afraid. Then you'd better stay here.
Get out of there, you little rock. What are you? Oh, no, you. Come on, now.
Gee, look, he's got Willie.
I can't understand why they don't do something about Doc Adrian. Destroying all the values in this town, giving Red Creek a bad name.
I think so. You're right, Mason.
He ought to have been run out of this town a long time ago.
Who ought to be run out of the town,
Dr. Adrian.
You should have been with us this afternoon. He's scared the women so bad they haven't got over it yet. Yeah.
This town's too healthy. Maybe he's carrying himself a couple of patients. Understand them big doctors make a lot of money on nervous women.
Well, it was funny when that epidemic broke out, Quinn. You know as well as I do he used a lot of those patients as guinea pigs.
I know nothing of the sort. I know he did everything he could.
2 or 3 in this town who wouldn't agree to that. However, I can understand his reason for want of patients now.
Well, he got himself another this afternoon. Little Willie over there.
He ran after me, hurt me, and I wasn't doing nothing. Poor child.
I think you're all yellow.
She's right. And none of you got the courage to do anything about it. His patients die on him, and now he's hanging around Miss Clifford's house experimenting with Francis, I guess.
You make up for a critic, Mason. Your greed hasn't done this town any good.
You doing preaching?
Little preaching wouldn't do you no harm. What with the people you squeeze dry and the usury you charge on your loans?
No, I don't ask him to borrow.
I guess there's an answer for that also. But I think it'd be wasted on you.
Business is business, Quinn, and you know it. Besides, we weren't talking about me. Why don't we kick the doctor out and be done with it? I'm ready any time you're willing to start it.
Oh, yes, that prescription. I'll fill it in a second. Been quite busy this morning. I'm sorry to delay you, Doctor.
Perfectly all right. I can fix it myself.
It's none of my business, and maybe we men of science think different from other people, but if they ever find out in the village what you've been doing...
You mean about the animals?
Yes, some of the dogs have been missed.
Well, that phase of the experiment is all over. I've found out all I need to know.
Can I help you?
You think they need you in the store?
Just as you say, Doctor, just as you say.
Well, that's good. Enjoying the last of the sun, huh?
Oh, Doctor!
Sit down.
Thank you. Oh, how's my girl today? Oh, you're all dressed up.
Danny phoned. He's coming over.
So early?
He can't come tonight. He's going to the circus.
Oh, yes, the circus. I almost forgot. I've got a present for you, Francis.
Oh, for me, Doctor?
Well, now, don't get too excited. Just wait till you open it. It isn't anything at all.
A jewelry case. Oh, Doctor. Oh, it's beautiful. But why so much, Doctor? You gave me a birthday present last month.
So I did. Well, this is a make-believe birthday, just as you're my make-believe daughter.
Was she very like me?
She'd have been just 18 today. She was to have worn that. I couldn't save her, and I couldn't save her mother. I hadn't the weapons to fight the disease that killed them, but I have now, or at least I've got a knowledge of them. 10 years it's taken me. Francis, you are going to walk again.
You're so intense you frighten me sometimes.
So Danny's going to the circus, huh?
Yes. Then he's coming back here afterwards and tell me all about it.
Oh, he is he? Well, why don't you go with him?
Oh, me?
Do you think she could?
Fooling.
Why, of course she could. I don't know why she shouldn't.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, Danny!
Oh, Danny.
Hello, Mrs. Clifford.
Well, Danny, how would you like to take Frances to the circus?
Gee, that'd be great, only...
Well, of course she can go. We can take care of her. I'll be back for you later.
Oh, thanks, Doctor.
Now, don't you worry, Mrs. Clifford. 2 strong men to look after her. She'll be all right. Be back then.
Bye, Doctor. Danny, I think you better run home and get yourself cleaned up. You look as if you brought all of the grease from the garage with you.
You know, Francis, I think the doc's crazy. Well, I suppose I'll have to like him as long as he's nice to you.
He wants to be nice to everybody, but people won't let him.
Well, I'm not saying I believe all the things.
Don't you believe any of the things they say about him, Danny Foster?
Well, all right, don't get excited.
Look, Danny, the stories they tell about the doctor are just as dirty as the grease on your hands and face.
Well, that about takes care of me. So long, honey.
Goodbye, Danny.
There you are.
Oh,
that was easy, wasn't it? All right, Francis?
Oh, yes.
All right. Right.
Okay.
Well, this time next year, it'll take 3 men to lift you.
Oh, not 3 men, Doctor. If it did, they'd want to keep me in the circus.
I'll pay him, Doc.
Oh, no, you can get somebody else at the circus to help you lift her down.
What's the matter? Aren't you coming?
No, you 2 go on by yourself.
Oh.
Now, you don't mind if I change my mind, do you?
Oh, please, Doctor.
You'll have much more fun together. Off you go. And don't forget to tell me all about it in the morning.
So long,
We
Doc.
won't.
Thanks for everything.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Bye.
Goodbye, Mother.
Bye.
Goodbye, Doctor. Goodbye, Mother.
Oh, come now. This is no time for tears.
I know it. I can't help it.
Ah, nonsense. The change will do her a world of good. Good night.
Good night.
Well, we made it. Hey, did you see him, Mickey? Oh, the gorilla. Did you really see him?
Yeah, in the sideshow. He's a big fella.
Is he bigger than 3 men?
Daddy, that ape is bigger than 6 men. 6 big men.
He's the biggest ape gorilla in the whole world. Look, here come the clowns.
Having a good time?
Yes.
You don't act like it.
Gee, everybody's looking at us. I'm nervous.
What for?
Well, out with a married man and, you know.
Gee, this is the best circus I ever saw.
The only circus I've ever seen.
Get him while the hop. Brace up. All right, officer. Right hot out of the oven. Excuse me, sonny. Peanuts, 5 cents a bag.
Isn't she lovely? She's so graceful.
Ah, she's not so hot. I saw her pass in the garage this morning. Them costumes make a big difference.
That's what the doctor calls muscular grace. Muscular coordination.
Honey, look over that ring there. See?
There you are. You're all right now. You'll be chasing bones in the morning. What I've done for you, I could do for men. They let me.
That's all, honey.
I'm sorry it's over.
We'll never miss another circus.
What are you trying to do? Drive that animal crazy? Well, he's getting mean. It's the only way I can handle him. You ever try a little kindness? Nothing wrong with him? Nabu. Come here, Nabu, old boy. Come on, Nabu. That's it. Yeah, well, 2 years ago he killed my old man. And I ain't gonna let him forget it, understand? I know he did. I was right here when he did it. Because he was abusing him, same as you're doing. If you don't watch your stuff, he gets you, too. Why don't you mind your own business? You boys wouldn't be gambling, would you?
Oh, no. Sheriff, take me in.
That was a fine show you fellas put on. You was the funniest clown I ever seen.
Oh, I rode a horse. He was the clown.
He was?
Yeah.
Boy, he looks like a judge. Hey, Jim, Pete, let's give him a hand. Come on.
Get the animals out!
Now, Terry, get something to put him on. Way to take him there.
Get him on, man. Somebody better get after that ape or he'll tear this town wide open.
Pete, get a posse together.
Come on, boys. Let's see what we can do about that fire.
Man badly hurt. Sorry to bother you, Doctor. Bring him in here. Come on, right in with him.
Well, what happened?
An ape got him.
An ape?
Hope we scared him off in time.
This man's badly mauled. Well, you better get him into my laboratory. Jane, you show them. Well, now, how did it happen? Was he in the cage with the ape?
No, the circus burned down and the ape escaped.
The circus burned down? And the audience?
They'd all gone home.
Thank heaven for that.
Will you want us any further, Doctor?
No, I'll take care of it.
Well, then, come on, boys. Let's get out and see if we can find that ape.
Don't let him get at me, mister. Don't let him get at me.
Perfectly safe here. I'm a doctor.
Am I hurt bad, Doc?
I'm afraid so.
I don't feel it. Am I going to die?
We all have to die sometime.
Oh, just don't let me die, Doc.
Man. The highest kind of animal.
Hey, Doc. What are you going to do with me?
I'm going to write you into medical history. I'm going to keep a promise.
Wait here. Keep your eyes open. That sheriff ain't got no heart. I'm so hungry I could eat hay.
Oh, there's a barn full. Help yourself.
Hello, time for Two Truths and a Lie, in which I will tell you two truths and one lie about this film. You must guess the lie. First, this film was based on a play written in 1927. Second, this was Boris Karloff's final film for Monogram Pictures. And third, this film's co-writer, Richard Carroll, was one of the original Keystone Cops. There you have it. We'll tell you the lie by the end of the film. Good luck.
George, you take your fellows and search the country up around Carter's farm. Jim, you take your boys and cover the west side of town. Pete, you stay with me.
All right.
How about joining us, Mason?
Let the circus people do their own work. Why should we do it for them?
But the circus is burned down. They've had trouble enough.
No, that's their tough luck.
But if we don't find that ape, our own people might get hurt.
That's your job. Your law and order. And why should I worry about other people? They don't worry about me.
You wouldn't be a little bit scared, would you, Mason? Well, don't be all day about it. We're ready.
It gives a body the creeps to think of that critter roaming around.
Better keep the doors and windows all barred. No telling who he'll go for next.
Are you all right, dear? Mm-hmm. Want some more? What you thinking about?
I was thinking about that wonderful woman aerialist I saw last night.
Oh, here comes Dr. Adrian.
Morning, Mrs. Clifford.
Good morning.
Francis?
Oh, good morning, Dr. Adrian. I want to thank you again for the wonderful time I had last night. It was too bad about that trainer, wasn't it?
Now, don't you think about him. This is the most important day in your life. Today, we are really going to start her cure. I found the serum that I need.
I'm going to walk, Dr. Adrian.
I hope so. I'm not just thinking about you, Francis, but of all the other sufferers in the world, all the little boys and girls who can't go out into the sunshine and play and have fun, who have to spend their lives in a wheelchair like you.
I'll do anything I can, Dr. Adrian.
I know you will, my dear. It's not going to be easy. It's going to hurt. But when it hurts, don't be afraid. Just remember that when the pain is gone, it'll leave new life behind. Huh? I think we'd better get her ready.
All right, Doctor.
Now we've got him here and there and here. Now, if we don't get any results tonight, we'll start in here and work west.
Oh, change your mind, Mr. Mason? I never change my mind. You gotta have one first. That's enough out of you. Here's that dispossessed notice on Wilcox. I want it served tonight.
We're busy tonight. It'll wait till tomorrow.
Your duty is to take care of the citizens of this town, not fooling around chasing apes.
It seems you're in a mighty big hurry to make people uncomfortable, Mason.
It's my business what I do.
Fine, and it's mine what I do. We'll get to this when we have time.
No.
Good night.
Oh, Doctor.
Well, Francis?
Oh, my legs. They feel like lead. I can't lift them.
But you never could lift them before.
Oh, I know, but I never felt them before.
You feel them, Francis? You feel them?
They're so heavy.
Well, that's good news, my dear. That's what we were hoping for. It's only just the beginning. If there's any change, you send for me immediately.
Yes, Doctor.
Mother.
Jane. Jane. Jane.
Look, I've succeeded. It's there. Life in that tiny bottle. It's working. The child will walk again. Just go.
He's all torn up.
Oh, we better get a doctor.
It ain't no good. He's been dead for hours.
Let's notify the sheriff.
Right.
I can do.
No, he's dead on the doornail.
You better be careful, Doc.
Thanks, I will. Jane, you're safe. But only you and I must know that he's dead. Good night.
My legs hurt quite a little, Danny. I know now Dr. Adrian is really going to cure me.
Well, if they hurt you, how can you be getting better?
Oh, you don't understand, Danny. They never hurt before. There was no feeling at all. Now they feel alive.
Just the same, I don't like things I can't understand.
I don't understand either, Danny, but I believe in him. Oh, I have so much faith in him, Danny. He says I'm like a daughter to him, and, well, I know he wouldn't hurt me unless he had to. It's part of the cure. It's just got to be.
All right. I'll try to believe too. But I'd rather carry you around all my life and have anything happen to you. Hello, Sheriff. Any luck?
Not yet, but we'll get him.
Well, I hope so.
Come on, boy. Come on. There, looks like they picked up a scent.
All right, give it to me.
Yeah. Well, what got into him? Hold on a minute, will you?
Yeah, you betcha right.
Hello, Doc. I haven't seen anything of that ape, have you?
Oh, no, I haven't, Sheriff.
Well, our dogs just acted as if they'd picked up his scent.
Oh. Well, I better be careful.
Yeah, you better be. Having trouble with insects, Doc?
Yes, this is just a little mixture of my own I'm trying to get rid of them with.
Well, if it works, let me know. My yard's full of them.
Certainly will.
Thanks.
Henry, supper's ready. Are you going out?
Yeah.
But I made lamb stew and dumplings.
I don't care for lamb stew and dumplings, thank you. Besides, the sheriff wants us out early to capture that ape.
You needn't lie. I know where you're going.
Oh, you do?
Yes, everybody does.
So you've been listening to gossip, eh?
I can't keep people from talking to me and telling me you found a new interest.
Suppose I have.
Well, there's nothing I can do about it, I guess.
Well, keep that in mind.
But if you just wouldn't carry on here where we live, so people would stop pitying me, even if you go somewhere else.
Why don't you try going somewhere else?
But I have no one but you. I have no folks. I've got no place to go.
You got the river.
Poor Mason, I feel sorry for his widow.
Yeah, she's better off.
Oh, that ain't funny when a man's been clawed to death.
I didn't like him when he was alive, and I don't see any reason to like him when he's dead.
Just the same, it ain't right, even if he was no good.
You gotta give that ape credit. He only picks out the ornery cusses.
What makes you think you're safe? Well, boys, you get yourselves some rest today? About 40 wings, we're plumb tuckered out.
Well, maybe we can get some more people in to help us out.
Why don't we go out in the daylight?
Because he don't come out in the daytime. The circus people told us we'd never get him then. We got to catch him prowling after dark.
Think he's still hanging around the village?
He got Mason, didn't he? And we found new tracks up around Dr. Adrian's house. Oh, give me a sarsaparilla.
What do you think of that, Sheriff? Even the dogs don't like him.
Well, what got into him anyway?
Acting the same way around his house.
Don't make sense. Maybe it's because the doc looks so much like an ape himself.
This is no time for joking. All of you be on the job tonight.
I'm scared, Mrs. Clifford. She looks almost... I'm really scared.
We must trust Dr. Adrian.
But we don't know. He ain't got a patient in this town. People don't just hate a fellow for nothing.
Do you hate him, Danny?
No. It's not hating him. It's loving Frances the way I do. If anything happens to her, I'm going down to see him. I gotta ask him. I gotta know.
Danny? Danny's worried, isn't he, Mother?
Now you just rest here. Danny'll be all right.
Oh, my legs didn't hurt so. I'm not afraid. You aren't, are you, Mother?
No, darling. I want my little girl to walk again.
You ain't going in there, Doc.
Now, what is this, Danny?
I'm scared about her. I gotta know what you're doing.
Well, surely you want her to live a normal life like other people.
Well, sure, as long as nothing happens to her. I love her just the way she is, Doc. I can take care of her. I want to take care of her. I don't want no experimenting on her.
But, Danny, if through her I could rid the world of...
I'm not in love with the world. I'm in love with her. I get it. She's just a guinea pig to you. Well, you gotta stop it. You gotta stop hurting her.
Have you been to your garage today?
No, I ain't. I've been too worried.
Well, you take care of your cars, and I'll take care of my patients. Now, just you run along.
I ain't running no place. I ain't no doctor. And I don't know enough about what you're doing. But if anything happens to Frances...
Nothing's going to happen to Frances. Now, don't interfere.
Here comes Danny with the doctor. How do you do, Dr. Adrian?
Clifton, well, how is my patient feeling this morning?
I'm all right.
She's been in great pain, Doctor.
In pain? Oh, that's good.
Good?
Of course it is. That's what we're looking for. Now, you prepare her. Work.
You say the name is Mason?
Yeah. Yes, Doctor. Initial H. Anything in your examination to go into my report?
No, I believe not.
Well, I just said the death was caused by a fractured vertebrae. I guess that about covers it, doesn't it?
Yes, I should say that it would.
The reason I sent for you, Doctor, is because you examined the circus trainer when he was sent north. And this case being a similar one to that, I thought probably in your examination that you had discovered something that I had overlooked to put in my coroner's report.
I see. This Dr. Adrian, whose name is on the death certificate, is he the local physician?
Yes, if you can call him one. Folks around here don't like him much, though.
And he was also called in on the case of the trainer?
Yes. Yes, that's the same fellow. He came here during the paralysis epidemic. But the folks around here say that he experiments too much.
Thank you very much, Coroner. I believe you've given me all the information necessary.
That's fine, Sergeant.
Oh,
Francis, what do you feel?
oh, my legs.
They're hurting?
Oh, they hurt terrible.
Have you more sensation than you had yesterday?
Oh, yes, much more.
Did you think perhaps you could walk?
Oh, no.
Then try to move your foot.
Oh, I can't.
You can. Try.
No.
You can.
No.
You can.
No.
You can.
Oh, Mother.
Oh. It's working.
Oh.
Oh, you rest. You rest. I'll be back later.
Mother. I know I'll be able to walk again.
I know, baby. I know.
The big ship foundered on the rocks, but the crew all got ashore. Then Fearless Fred dived in again and swam toward the wreck once more.
You'll never make it!
The waves are too high. But he made it back to land.
I had to return to the ship.
He explained.
For my toddy, the chocolate drink that's just grand. Toddy does taste grand. At the snack bar or at your car. During intermission, enjoy a toddy, the delicious chocolate drink in a can. Ice cold or steaming hot, toddy hits the spot with everybody. See how much better that popcorn or those hot dogs taste with toddy.
Delicious.
To witness the takeoff of the first manned rocket to outer space. We pick up the count. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0!
We're off to visit the planets. There are treats galore in the stars. Venus is loaded with candy, and ice cream is found upon Mars. The soda pop's fizzing on Saturn. When you're thirsty, it sure hits the spot. And Jupiter's really jumping with popcorn that's buttered and hot. But the best of them all is the planet, where all of these treats are at hand. And that is the spot we now head for, our theater refreshment stop.
At our refreshment stand, your wish is our command. So the coffee we serve there is pure perfection.
Hello there. Time for some words about some of the cast and crew of The Ape. I hope you are enjoying the film. Now, believe it or not, the director, cinematographer, editor, music director, sound man, makeup man, and star of this film all went on to make all of the Mr. Wong films. Mr. Wong, a Chinese detective, a series of films that were popular in the 1930s and 1940s. So, director William Nye, he directed all the Mr. Wong films. Cinematographer Harry Newman, he also shot The Wasp Woman, The Man with Two Lives. I've hosted both of those films and many other films. Music director Edward Kay, He did music for King of the Zombies, which I posted, and believe it or not, he got an Oscar nomination for that film's score. And he also did the music for Ghosts on the Loose, which I've hosted, and many other films. Editor Russell Schoengarth, he did editing on House of Dracula, Abbott and Costello Meet the Mummy, Abbott and Costello Go to Mars, and many other films. Now, the sound man on this, Carl Zint, he went on to do sound work for all of the episodes of Mr. Ed, the Talking Horse television show. The makeup man, Gordon Bow, he did makeup on House of Wax with Vincent Price, and this little-known film called Rebel Without a Cause, and a little-known western called Rio Bravo, and a little film with Charlton Heston called The Omega Man, and a little-known film with Clint Eastwood called Dirty Harry. And he did makeup work on Them, the classic 1950s sci-fi film about giant ants, and Dick Tracy Meets Gruesome, starring Boris Karloff. I've hosted that movie as well. And Karloff, of course, one of the classic actors of the classic horror genre. He played in Frankenstein's Monster, of course. He's most known for that. He's the voice of the Grinch. He was in The Terror, another film I've hosted. So many films, it's difficult to list them all. He hosted The Veil on television. I've hosted an episode of that. And many other great roles throughout film and stage and television. And I should also mention, speaking of classic horror, one of the co-writers of this film is Kurt Siodmak, who wrote The Wolfman, and The Invisible Man Returns, and Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. And I walked with the zombie in House of Frankenstein, and Son of Dracula, and so many other great horror classics that we all love. Fun people to watch for in this cast are Ray Crash Corrigan. He plays the ape, and he played an ape in practically every movie ever. If you watch an old film and see a man in a gorilla costume, that is more than likely Ray Crash Corrigan, one of the greatest stuntmen of all time. He was in The Undersea Kingdom, a classic cliffhanger serial, many westerns. He was the alien in It, The Terror from Beyond Space. There's an exclamation point after It, so every time you pronounce the name of that movie, you cannot just say It, The Terror from Beyond Space. You can't, because there's an exclamation point. You have to say It, The Terror from Beyond Space, just so you know. Don't forget the exclamation point there after It. And other people in this fun cast. Gene O'Donnell, he plays Danny, and he was in The Mad Ghoul and The Devil Bat. Henry Hall, he plays the sheriff. He was in many, many, many westerns, so many. It's, again, hard to list them all. But he was also in The Ape Man, another ape film, The Voodoo Man, Murder by Television, all of those with Bela Lugosi. You have Buddy Swan, he plays Willie Brill, one of the kids. He played 8-year-old Charles Foster Kane in Citizen Kane, believe it or not. You also have Stan Jolly, he plays a boy in the shop that you'll see. Now that boy went on to a fine career in art direction and production design in films. He was nominated for an Oscar in 1986 for his set design work and production work for Witness with Harrison Ford. He also did art direction on Superman with Christopher Reeve, and he did production design on Caddyshack, as well as fun B films like Night of the Lepus and other fun films like that. So, again, all these people in these little films go on to do amazing work. So again, if you're a filmmaker, I say this all the time, if you're a budding filmmaker, never give up. Always pursue your art, because you never know where it will take you. So, we hope you are enjoying the film. We'll get right back to it, after this word from our sponsor.
Imagine going to the Weeble Circus, good fun all around. Right over there is Wobbles Weeble, he's the circus clown. There's the Weeble on the flying trapeze. She falls off, easy as you please. Out of the cannon shoots Wobbles the clown. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Imagine going to the Weeble Circus when Weeble Circus is in town.
Weeble Circus comes with everything you see here, new from Romper Room. Some assembly required.
Dr. Adrian? That's right. I'm Dr. McNulty from the Robinson Foundation. Oh, yes. I had occasion to examine the body of a circus trainer who was killed by an ape here in this town. Yes, sir. I understand that you administered to the wounded man before he died. I did my best for him, but it was quite hopeless. In spite of the spinal injection you gave him? I gave him no injection. I just came from viewing the body of this man Mason, and I noticed a similar spinal puncture. Did you examine him also? Well, it
called me in, of course, but it was too late. He was dead.
And you noticed no such puncture?
Well, the body was so badly mangled that... Well, no, I didn't.
I see. I understand they've had an epidemic of paralysis here.
That's true.
Many years ago, the Robinson Foundation found it necessary to expel from the institution a most promising young research worker because of his daring, unorthodox experiments with spinal fluid.
It was 25 years ago, to be exact.
Then you are that Dr. Bernard Adrian, whose definite theories...
And in spite of what you did to me, for 25 years, I've been engaged in proving those theories.
By what method have you been doing this?
I'm not in a position to disclose that at the moment.
I see. Well, I'm afraid you leave me no alternative but to report.
Wait. If I could give you some small measure of proof, will you change your mind?
I doubt it.
Let me show you. I'll show you. You see? Now, these two creatures were completely paralyzed. But after my treatments, well, you can see for yourself, they're as lively and healthy as ever they were.
All this has nothing to do with the case.
But it has. The serum that I used...
What became of the serum you took from those two men?
Now, you come with me. Clifford. Now, this is Dr. McNulty.
How do you do, Doctor?
He'd like to talk to Frances.
She's asleep.
No, I'm not asleep, Mother.
Hello, Frances.
Hello.
Now, this child has had a complete paralysis of her lower limbs for 10 years. Is that right, Mrs. Clifford?
Yes, it is, Doctor.
Have you had any feeling at all in your limbs since Dr. Adrian has been treating you?
Yes, they've been terribly heavy, and I've had a great deal of pain.
Pain?
Yes, and just a little while ago I moved my foot.
Is that right?
That's right.
Will you do it again for me?
I can't.
Make an effort.
I can't.
Thank you. That's all.
I think you'd better take her out into the sunshine.
Is anything wrong, Doctor?
Why, no, Francis, dear, of course not.
Well, her foot did not move. But I did feel a definite muscular reflex. Congratulations. May I notify the Foundation that you come back to us?
It's too late. I have to stay here.
At least give me your promise to keep us informed of your progress.
Every step of the way.
Thank you.
It's not finished. It's not finished.
Gee, look, Rose. Do you see something?
Yeah, the way you see the white of his eyes? Maybe they ain't white.
I'm going to take a chance and shoot now.
Come here, Willie.
Halliday. I want my Willie found. The idea of him wandering around in the dark with that gorilla which none of you men seem able to capture. Oh, it's all your nephew's fault. He's always leading my little Willie astray. But he's always under Mitzi's heel. Oh, he's not.
Now, ladies, we've got work to do. Your kids are just someplace where they shouldn't be. Well, ain't nothing new. And they live down in Jones's barn. I caught them smoking there last week.
We've searched the whole town.
Go take a look for them, Pete. They ain't far away.
Where have you been? It's a minute walk.
Oh, what is it?
Mickey killed him and shot him dead. Bang, bang, between the eyes.
Hold it, kids. What'd you shoot him with, Mickey?
My 22. I got a good beat on him.
Where's your 22, Mickey?
He dropped it, Sheriff.
I did not. The ape grabbed it.
I'll ape you when I get you home.
Ah, gee, Ma, don't you believe us?
Where'd you see him?
On the pike about a quarter mile from Doc Adrian's house.
All right, get him home.
Come on, Mickey.
Come on,
Willie.
home
right now. Come on, get out.
They probably shot a cow. I'll look into it. Where are the dogs?
Red's got them over on the other side of town.
All right, let's go. Wait a minute, boys. I want a word with the doctor. I'll be right out. Okay. Is the doctor in?
Yes? Good evening, Sheriff.
Just wanted to see if you were all right. Ain't been out, have you?
No.
I'm trying to think out, Doctor, a lot of things. That ape seems to take a fancy to your place. Now, don't take offense, Doctor. I'm just trying to clear up my mind. Them dogs of mine have been sniffing ape for days. It's made them foolish, I guess. Else why'd they snarl at you?
Well, there may be some chemical odors on my clothes that offended them.
Uh-huh. But I ain't never seen my dogs offended at anything. Can't understand it, Doctor.
Wait a minute.
Jane!
Just get me that torn coat of the trainer's, will you? Now, this is an idea that's just occurred to me. I don't know whether it makes sense or not, but perhaps it'll explain your problem. You see, this coat was worn by the trainer when he was mauled by the ape, and it's been in the house ever since. Now, that perhaps explains the interest of the ape in this house, and your dogs in me.
No, I'll bet you're right. Well, I'll get along. Think I'll put a few men around your house the rest of the night, Doctor, just so you'll be protected.
Don't bother, I'm perfectly safe, and they might interfere with some work that I have to do.
Well, maybe I'll just keep an eye out myself. I'm just a bit scared, Doc, but don't tell anybody about it. This is the coat that trainer was wearing when the ape killed him. Just look at that. Tear it up in one sweat. Well, come on now, boys. This isn't getting us anywhere. If we lay down on this job, our own coats will be in the same shape. Come on, let's get busy. Now, you fellas get back to your positions. You boys go up this way. All right, Sheriff. I'll stay here.
Coming soon from Weird-O-Rama Television, a new medical drama.
Perfectly safe here. I'm a doctor.
Bernard Adrian, M.D.
This Dr. Adrian, whose name is on the death certificate, is he the local physician?
Yes, if you can call him one. Folks around here don't like him much, though.
Dr. Adrian, trying to bring modern medicine to a town that prefers to stay in the past.
You know, Francis, I think the doc's crazy. We men of science think different from other people, but...
Dr. Adrian, a tireless worker, ready for any emergency.
Man badly hurt. Sorry to bother you, Doctor. Bring him in here.
Dr. Adrian, a man who cannot escape his past.
May I notify the Foundation that you come back to us?
And is threatened by his future.
Well, you take care of your cars, and I'll take care of my patients. Now, just you run along.
I'd run to no place.
See Boris Karloff in the new medical drama from Weird-O-Rama television. Bernard Adrian, M.D.
Now, Francis, dear, I want you to forget all the hours you've spent in this chair. Put them out of your mind. You're not paralyzed, you never were. Fasten that firmly in your mind. You're not paralyzed. You do that for me?
I'll try.
Don't forget, you are not paralyzed. Now then, move your right leg. Move it. You can.
I can't.
Try.
Stop it, you're hurting her.
I can't, Dr. Adrian.
Try it, Francis. You can. You know you can. Move. There. You moved it, didn't you? You moved it. Now the left one. Now the left one. Now move it. Try. Try again. There. You moved them. You moved them both, didn't you, dear? All right. Stand up and take a step towards me. Do it. Do it. It's only your mind holding you in that chair, not your body. Do it, I say. Do it. You see, I told you. Go get her some water. Oh, she's all right, Danny. She's better than she was, isn't she? She needs more. She needs more. Take care of her, Danny. I'll be back.
Oh, Francis, darling. Francis.
Name's Halliday, sheriff over to Red Creek. Had a job finding you.
Well, circus jobs are pretty hard to get, Sheriff. Well, all jobs are kind of scarce. You boys get that ape yet?
That's what I come about.
Didn't get him, huh? It's bad. He's a killer.
You boys got some responsibility tracking him down, haven't you?
Well, we did the best we could, Sheriff. The fire broke up the circus. Some of the boys stayed there, didn't they?
Yeah, but that's not what I come about. I just figured when you're looking for something that might help to know its habits. Too many things about this animal I don't understand.
Well, animals is all alike. Lions, elephants, dogs, they all got one-track minds.
What do these gorillas live on? He ain't killed any animal.
Shucks, no, they won't touch an animal except out of meanness. They live on fruits, vegetables.
Well, that's what's bothering me. What's feeding this fellow?
Maybe digging up a garden, patch or two, or stealing a little bit of fruits.
No signs of it. Checked with all the farmers. Do they prowl around much, or do they stick to one place?
Well, a gorilla generally sticks to one place if he's got anything there to keep him.
We see evidence that this fellow's hanging around one place.
Hey, that ape had it in for the trainer. Where'd he die?
In the house of a doctor near the outskirts of town, and that's the place we think the ape's been hanging around. Say, how would he trace the trainer to that house?
Well, sense of smell. They're pretty good at that. Did you bury him in town?
No, he sent his body to his people up north.
That don't give us much, does it? Any of his clothes around?
When that trainer was taken away, his coat was left in the doctor's house. Would that draw the ape there?
It certainly would. You better get rid of him.
I was afraid my time might be wasted coming over here, but I guess it ain't. Thanks very much, Mr. Howley. I better be getting on the road. I'd like to make home around nightfall.
Well, anything I can do for you, let me know.
record book and keep it for me safely. One more.
Pete, you two boys go over there to that shop. Danny, take your men down there 100 yards for that rail fence.
Okay. Oh, Sheriff, we've been watching there every night, and so far nothing's happened. Now I'm...
Will you take orders?
All right. All right.
You two boys go over by Wilcox's barn.
You mean Wilcox's barn?
Yes, Wilcox's barn.
All right.
You two boys go down the road 100 yards. You two wait for me over that stone fence.
All right, Sheriff.
Is the doctor here? You sure of that? He's not in there.
Say, Sheriff, what's the idea of sticking around so close to the doc's house?
Because that attendant told me that ape would haunt any place where that trainer had been.
Oh. Hey, what's getting into that, Sheriff? He's getting touchy. Lost his sense of humor. You know, when a man can't laugh, it just... Enjoy. Is this where we found the body?
Mm-hmm.
Do apes ever return to the scene of the crime?
Not at first.
Well, we got something to look forward to.
Where was it? That way.
What is it? What's the matter? Did you fire that shot?
Yes. It's Tom. The ape twisted his neck, but Archie knifed him.
Can you walk? Pick him up and carry him to the doctor.
All right. Go and get him.
God, he can't be far away. Come on, get out. Get on to you fellas. You boys come with me.
Don't stop me.
No, Francis. I'll see what's happened.
Francis!
Let me give him one, Sheriff. Hold on, that's enough. He's done.
What are they doing? What are they saying?
Darling, I don't know.
It's the dog. All right, boys. Take that off of him.
Let me through. Did the ape hurt him? Let me through. Let me through. Dr. Adrian.
Francis. Come to me, child. Walk. Walk. There. You see? He's dead, boy.
Oh! Hello, Danny? No, wait, Danny.
Honey, you mustn't overdo it.
I'm doing better every day, Danny.
Oh, sure. You're doing swell, but you gotta take it easy. I'll get you a chair.
No, Danny. Now that I burned the chair yesterday, I'm never going to use it again.
You bet you won't.
Oh, hello there. We hope you have enjoyed The Ape. Please feel free to email us your comments about it. Also, be sure to check out our blog and our Facebook fan page and our Twitter feed and Weird-O-Rama.com and our Patreon page if you are feeling, say, thankful for the show and would like to contribute. Yes, before I forget, the co-writer of this film was not one of the original Keystone Cops, but director William Nye was. So, for all of us here at Weird-O-Rama, this is Victor von Psychotron, telling all of you to stay weird.